I think for now there is a lot of focus more towards the recreation aspects of Ubin. So there's always a lot of emphasis on nature, a lot of emphasis on the wildlife. But I still feel that there has been an extreme lack of attention to heritage and especially to the community and people here. So for me as a descendant of this community, I feel that I have this responsibility upon myself to try to raise awareness about the heritage here. Because like for now, for example, in the Malay kampung, we only have 12 houses right now. But in the past, in this very village, we used to have at least 50 different houses. And that's just one Malay village. There used to be at least 4 different Malay villages. All of them are now gone. So that is why, like for now, everybody will be looking at, oh, these trees are very nice. But the reality is in the past, these weren't trees. These were all houses. These were all filled with people. This entire island was thriving with a wonderful community. But today we don't really get to see it anymore because ever since the houses were demolished, most of the residents have since moved to the mainland. And I would say the story of Ubin goes undocumented for a long time. I guess for me, the most special thing about Ubin is that it is currently one of the last 2 kampungs in Singapore. The other one being in Kampung Lorong Buangkok. But here on Ubin, it is the final offshore kampung. And so for us on Ubin, I feel that there is an urgent need for us to do something to preserve this kampung. And I mean, there is nothing wrong. In fact, we should take pride in how fast Singapore has modernized. But at the same time, we must also show the same pride towards how much our kampungs really were an important part in our nation building. So before we gained independence, Singapore wasn't skyscrapers, it was all kampungs. And for us as a community, as a Singaporean community, when we still didn't have a national identity, it was our way of life, our interaction, our traditions and cultures with the other people inside our own communities and kampungs that we managed to establish what we call today the kampung spirit. So when we have this kampung spirit, it really is about the spirit of neighborliness, the spirit of wanting to take care of one another, even if you are not family related. So it was through our hardship back before Singapore's independence in our own kampungs that we forged this sense of identity for us. So if you want to talk about kampung spirit, you come to Ubin. This is really where you get to see the kampung spirit. You get to see the hospitality. Certain neighbors can give you free food, they give you free drinks. And especially to strangers also, even for you guys as volunteers for the cleanup, they welcome you with open arms. Their windows, their doors are wide open for you to explore. And I think that's something that's very unique that you get to see here on Ubin. And to be very frank, if let's say we all stay in HDB estates, how sure are we that we actually know who is our neighbor down the same corridor? We will never get to experience the same experience. So that's why, at least for Ubin, the special thing about the people here is that you may be living in one end of the island and another person may be staying at the next, but they all know each other and they know each other like to the core.
Then what are the leaf used for?
Inside your rice.
You go to Italy.
Have to pass by here.
Kalau masa kadu dulu, sompah santun tu ada. Orang nak ambil kita punya rambutan ke, nak ambil buah-buahan, kita minta izin. Sekarang tak ada. Dia sendiri tunggu bawah pokok. Jadi itulah bezanya. Kalau because dulu kita kenal jiran kita, sekarang kita tak banyak dah tak ada, jadi kita tak kenal. Jadi apa yang kita kejiranan tu dah tak ada. Jadi mungkin nak sekarang apa yang Cik adakan cuma kita kenalkan apa yang ada dekat kampung, cara-cara hidup orang Melayu. Sebab kita berkaitan dengan Malaysia, jadi kita orang Melayu apa yang ada kat Malaysia kita ada kat sini juga.
So for me, as a descendant of the community, I feel like I should play my part in whatever way I can. And so that's how it led me to my kampung cleanup. Cleanup just started back in January this year, in 2019. And it was just really a personal project at first. It was just out of goodwill. And I realized that the trees and shrubs were actually very overgrown. So I decided to just offer some help, get some pruners, and then we just prune the trees away. And slowly but surely, it somewhat inspired me to try to do more than that. So I try to go online on my Facebook page or even on my blog. And I do my best to recruit as many volunteers as I can. I will share with them all the way to the kampung. So at least for my cleanup, the people who join, they don't really expect to know all these historical things. And I feel that this added feature kind of makes it a much more enriching experience for all of them. They get to learn more, and instead of just doing a cleanup and going home and feeling good about themselves, they actually do the cleanup and they go home with some knowledge and maybe feel good about knowing that there's something new that they learn every day. So this kampung cleanup, I really hope that I will continue to be able to commit if circumstances allow, and I will always try to do it once a month, because I feel that when we are present here at least once a month, the people here will know that they have not been abandoned. So for me, when I think about the future of Ubin, as many residents have started to age a lot, there has also been a lot of news recently where a lot of the former residents have since passed on. And so it's actually quite a very difficult period for us now to try to help to revitalize this kampung in whatever way we can. But for me, I know that if I can play my part to get all the other descendants, especially those who are of my age or even younger, to be very active, to come back to the island, to learn more about their heritage and to contribute back to the community, I got a feeling that at least for us in the kampung, we know that the kampung won't die so easily. There is still us, and we will still do our part to help to preserve this kampung till as long as we can.